The Walt Disney World Resort is currently stumbling and bumbling through one of the worst summers on record. The crowd's simply not there. So perhaps one might rightfully think the House of Mouse should think, where have all the crowds gone? Why does our summer stink? What can we do to change this? Well, what if we told you that's not the case? Rather, Disney is putting out press releases congratulating themselves on a dismal Disney summer. Hello folks, welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we endeavor to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve, and oh, by the way, Disney does not care for that too much. It's because, well, we expose things with exposés, such as what you are about to enjoy. As we dive into today's content, consider clicking that like button. You are currently viewing ThrillData.com, a website that collects all the data from Disney World and puts it into handy-dandy charts, and boy, oh boy, do we love this website. We love it almost as much as when you all click on that link in the video description that takes you to Vacation Radio, where you can help us out and support there. But we love this website. Take a look at this. All of these beautiful lines showing us the wait times across Disney World for the past many years. And guess what else? It turns out that wait times are very closely approximating crowd levels as well. So if you can figure out the wait time, then you can also figure out just about how crowded it might have been. And that is why Disney does not like it that we can see this chart, because take a look at this. It turns out that this past July that we're in, by the way, and it's not going to get better with the last day, but this July, the average wait time has been 30 minutes for an attraction at Disney World, unless you're willing to pay to skip the line. Now, there's just one problem with this July, and that is that it's doing something that other Julys have not. And it's on a trend that should perhaps put an anti-grin on the face of every one of the C-suite employees at Disney. And, by the way, it might have something tremendous to do with the stock, although I give no financial advice here. When your resort that generates 1/3 of all your profits across your giant corporation, when it's suffering, then perhaps the stock does so as well. But that's just conjecture on my part, right? So let's take a look at how bad this is. Well, this July is performing as badly as last September. Now that matters because Septembers are historically and traditionally the very worst month in terms of guest attendance at Disney parks. And that makes perfect sense why that would be. Well, you see, Septembers are when families have their kids going back to school. And it's so early in the school year that those kids don't have fall breaks yet. And so basically, you're left with families with very young kids, families willing to take their kids right out of school as soon as they get started back into it, and families that don't have kids going to school. And that's not many people that want to go to Disney World, at least. So Septembers are rather empty. Well, if your July is operating the same way as your September, and oh, by the way, the worst September since the pandemic, then what does that mean? Well, it means that you're not seeing much green as people pass through those turnstiles. And the reason you're not is because not many people are passing through those turnstiles. So this July has operated as if it is one of the leanest times of the year. But guess what? Julys are not supposed to be like this. Julys, you see, Julys are like June. Take a look at this. Last year, 37-minute wait time, 36-minute wait time. June, July. Let's go back in time. If we go back in time to 2022, 44-minute wait time in June, 41-minute wait time in July. So what is going on? First of all, you can see that it's a downward slope overall over the past years. But this is a pathetic level of attendance. And Disney should be doing everything it can to reset that, whatever it takes, because Epic Universe is about to open. Now, rather than take that seriously, though, they're not. I'll show that to you in just a moment, but this is just to plus this and I guess push home the point. This is out of Blog Mickey. It's a post from back in July. And if we go down here and look, you can see it's actually from July 6th. And that's important because that's part of the July 4th week. In other words, lots of families take off for the July 4th week or weekend so that they can go to Disney because they already have some of those days because it's a federal holiday. So it's not as painful to take days off. And guess what? It said, how light are crowds at Walt Disney World right now? All three 1 p.m. virtual queue drops are still open. Of course, those virtual queues are the lottery system that you have to play unless you want to pay to ride the rides that are on all the billboards as you come down the interstate, because these are the new rides. And Disney doesn't want you to get to ride them for free. So they put up this very limited lottery. And if you don't get in the limited lottery, then you have to pay money to ride them. It's just one problem. July has been so empty that they couldn't fill up the lotteries. And that means they're not making money. And they really want to make money off of these rides. So what is Disney doing to combat this? What is Disney changing in order to bring back the guests before Epic Universe opens next year and wipes them completely out? Well, investors, don't shout. Disney, they're pleased with themselves, and they're giving themselves awards. Here's the story. This is a press release from the Walt Disney Company. Came out yesterday. How Walt Disney World's award-winning This Is Magic campaign came together. This is a campaign, by the way, to get people to go see Walt Disney World. And because this is one of the worst summers imaginable for Disney in terms of attendance, it's really something special that they're celebrating this. I'll explain why they're celebrating it in just a moment. Every day in every corner of Walt Disney World Resort, magic is happening. The teams at Walt Disney World Marketing, Disney's internal creative agency, Yellow Shoes, and agency partner, Dentsu, wonder where they're located, were tasked with bottling those authentic guest moments into an ad campaign conveying that Walt Disney World is the most magical place on Earth. The end result is the simple yet powerful campaign called This Is Magic. I call it This Is Empty, but that's just me. Last month, This Is Magic was awarded the prestigious Silver Lion in the brand storytelling category at the Cannes Lion Festival of Creativity. Yes, France, you're on a roll now. While the final product may be elegantly simple, the process to get there took significant time and thought. Here's the story of how the teams were able to pull it together. And so they go on to talk about and congratulate themselves and praise just how poorly this thing performed, except they're happy about it because, and here's the secret, this is a DEI Goldilocks for the company. This is part of their DEI efforts, and even though it failed, it succeeded in getting their ratios where they want them to be. Their quotas. The team set out to film authentic moments of magic occurring through the resort. The press release says, our challenge was to ensure that these moments didn't look and feel or feel real as an ad. They had to be real, Pak said. To accomplish that, the production was stripped down. Crew was kept as small as possible. Talent on screen wore their own clothes and didn't have any makeup on. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm just so glad that you didn't have anybody wearing makeup while your parks were empty because this ad campaign failed. And there are plenty of other reasons, but this has to be one of them. There was no direction given to individuals and families. We didn't have a set script, Pak said. The cameras were documenting real magic being experienced as it happened. And no comment. I'm just going to show the images. Let's start at the top here. Okay, starting here, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Do you notice anything? I don't have to say it. This is a company that is more focused on DEI than on return on investment. And that's the problem. I am not a person who has any qualms about people of all backgrounds being involved in everything. I love it. I am a great appreciator of humanity and the kaleidoscope that we all are. I appreciate it. I adore it. I see the divine worth in every single person. But I can't help but notice that Disney seems to be focused on a particular set of advertising, marketing, and programming concepts, quotas, and ratios, and they're not so concerned, apparently, with success. Now, for investors out there, perhaps you are. And perhaps when you see these charts that show that Disney World attendance is going down and cratering in the middle of July, middle of summer, down at the emptiness of a typical September, I have a feeling that you're not ready to pop the champagne for the Sensenig Disney Marketing Award. All right, folks, that is the video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. And no matter your background, no matter your creed, no matter your ethnicity, you remember you are a valuable, wonderful person. And Disney needs to get on the train of including everyone and not excluding. It's weird, it's strange, it's odd, and it's counterproductive. Folks, you can help include us with all the success that you would like us to have. If you are so inclined, click the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
You'd better hang on to your feathers, little bird.
What are you listening to?
They need to put you in the show.
What?
Jose, what are you listening to? You don't even have ears.
Vacation Radio 24/7. Original music on YouTube. Vacation Radio. WDW Pro Music Channel.
I have no idea what you're saying. But if you want to be listening to music, you should head over to Vacation Radio 24/7 on YouTube. One of the 100 other channels WDW Pro's been working on. Oh, and I have a song for you, Jose. Jose Cowabunga. He is Jose Cowabunga.
He's Jose.
That one seems a little bit foreign to you.